didn't have a chance. All right. So I win the junior club championship. My dad won the club championship at that little public golf course in Bridgman, Michigan, 30 years in a row. 30 years in a row. So here I am. I'm trying to live up to that legacy. But there's the first one that I remember. Because when I watch these televised golf tournaments, I always try to listen to the interview at the end because I'm trying to get inside the guy's head. What was Tiger thinking about? What was Duffner thinking about? And so this is what I was thinking about. So the next significant tournament I won was the Michigan High School Championship. I was a senior in high school, and I'm getting ready to play in this tournament, and I finished second in the state my freshman year. I won the regions my sophomore year. I don't want to tell you what happened my senior year because I got kicked off the team.
Because you were too passionate.
Yeah, and then so now I come back and I win the state championship. I get kicked off the team the year before. So like the administrators who just, typical small high school stuff, I just want, anyway. So I read him, and I'm thinking, my brother-in-law was Gary Groh. He won the Hawaiian Open, played the tour. He was 9 years older than me, and he won the state championship for Richmond High School. I'm thinking, God, if I want to be as good as him, I got to win the state championship. And so that little idea, that motivating idea, was in my head. And then I read an article in a magazine by Gary Clark. He said, make a fist with your left hand at the top of the swing. And so I did that. And then I teed the ball up too high with my driver. See that? See how high I got that teed up? So if I come through level of the ground, I'm going to pop it up. And so all I was thinking about was making that fist, keeping my eye on the ball, and tucking that elbow in again. So here's what that swing looks like. Make a fist, keep the eye on the ball, tuck the elbow in. You can see why I won the tournament. And so I get to the 18th hole. It's at Port Huron. It's Black River Country Club in Port Huron, Michigan. I'd never seen the course before. I get to the last hole. I tee it up really high, make the fist, tuck my elbow in, took my eye off the ball, and I popped the ball up about 100 yards down the fairway. So I had to hit a lot longer shot, but I hit it on the green, made a par. I won the title. My team won the title. So that was the second significant one. I thought, why did I tee it up too high? It forced me to keep my eye on the ball. My dad used to tell me, glue your eye on the ball. So I take glue and he used to say, I held a ball from a string waist high. You ought to be able to hit it if you're looking at it. Mac O'Grady came here 2006. He said the two things I want you to get out of this golf school over 4 days are the eyes in the center of the gravity. Both eyes on the ball at all times. Take one or both eyes off the ball, it scrambles the information to your brain. It's called proprioception, your body's ability to manage itself as it moves through space. So I teed it up extra high, which forced me to keep my eye on the ball. So fist at the top, elbow in, both eyes on the ball. So now I get to college. I get a scholarship to play, full golf scholarship to play for Indiana University. Which my dad wrangled that son. Well, I know how he did it. He played semi-pro basketball with Bill Orwick, who was the athletic director. He wrote Bill Orwick a letter. Said, I got this kid, he's a graduated fourth in his class. Won the state championship. He's a heck of a basketball player. I was third team all-state basketball. So I get down there. I didn't even play on a team my freshman year. Those guys were good, and I felt small. I came from a high school that I graduated with 55 kids in my graduating class. So I go to my freshman math class, and there's 300 kids in my freshman math class. I'm like, but anyway. So now I'm thinking, God, they're paying for my education. I got to do something. Well, long story short, my senior year, I win the Big Ten championship for the third time as a team and as an individual. So I have 4 Big Ten championship medals back in my library at home. And I was second team college All-American. And so when I won the Big Ten championship, here's what I was thinking about. You know, if the white flag was the center of the fairway and the trouble was on the right, I'd aim left, and then I just would push the ball. You know, so I was pushing and pulling the ball around the course. I wasn't thinking so much about my swing. In fact, when I went down there my freshman year, the coach, I was hitting 7 irons to the green on the practice range at Indiana University. And the coach came over and says, "You can't hit a 9 iron on that green, you won't be able to play college golf." I went, you know, so I started muscling the ball. And he was a great coach. I mean, I owe him a lot, but he held a world record in the discus. He was an All-American football player from the University of Minnesota. His name was Bob Fitch. And so here's what he taught me to do. Take it back, keep your right knee flexed, take it back waist high, and then fire your right hip into the ball like that. So it was to get distance like you were throwing a discus. See? My dad got down there and saw that swing. He about had a heart attack. I mean, I think he had 2 heart attacks because the guy ruined my beautiful swing. So. But anyway, so I win the Big Ten. I won it 3 times in a row. I never played on an Indiana University team that did not win the Big Ten. And then I won it my individual year and got second team college All-American. So now I turn pro. Here's a quick equipment story because I sell clubs. People don't know I do, but I sell clubs because I custom fit them. And so that year, my senior year, I win the Big Ten, college All-American. I qualified to play in the U.S. Amateur. Michigan Open. I'm still an amateur. 1975, 22 years old. The year before I lost in the playoff when I was 21. Here's what I was thinking about then. Pause at the top. And see the ball leave the face. So again, see how both eyes on the ball? The pause at the top, see the ball leave the face. So I win the Michigan Open. First amateur to win it since Chuck Kosius in 1946. An amateur just won it this year. You know, there's 38 years between Kosius and me, and then another 38 years between me and this next guy, see? So I think there's only been 5 amateurs win the Michigan Open. And I'm one of them, okay, when I was 22. So it's a lot harder to do that than it is to win it as a pro, which I did in 2003. So that's what I was thinking about then. Pause at the top. See the ball leave the face. So pause at the top. Well, that's a do-over. See the ball leave the face. Pause at the top. See the ball leave the face. So now I turn pro September. The Wilson sales rep comes over, says, "Bob, we want you to be on Wilson's staff." I was playing McGregor's at the time. My brother-in-law made me a set of irons. I was using his driver, you know, Wilson X31 3 wood and a cushioned putter. The Wilson sales rep says, "We're going to give you a set of irons, a set of woods, a bag with your name on it, a shag bag, 12 dozen balls, and a dozen gloves for free." All right, you know. So I changed clubs. Played like crap with those clubs. Stupid. They weren't free. They cost me who knows how much. Stupid. I didn't have anybody that could mentor me in that area like I know now. Because I thought, oh, I'm good, I can play with anything. It's not true. You have to be custom fit. So I won the Michigan Open, and I turned pro. I played the mini tours, struggled like crazy. I have empathy for my students because I know what it's like to struggle, you know, be depressed. It's hard.
Right.
This is the therapy though. Okay, you hit a bad shot, you're just better. You don't feel so bad. That's what she's here for. So I finally won a tournament on the mini tours. I was playing got a mini tour in Pinehurst. I signed up for 4 tournaments. I played 2. I quit. I came home. I was broke. My girlfriend left me. I was so depressed. I quit golf. Okay. But the guy that I was sharing a house with told me, says, Bob, you're laying it off on a takeaway like this. This is called laying it off. And so when I got down to Florida in January, because I got a job at Minnetonka Club as an assistant pro, the first thing I did was just keep the club head outside my hands. So I hadn't played since September. It was the 1st of February. I played 3 rounds of golf. I hadn't touched the club since. I bought this guy's spot in a tournament for $300. I kept the club head outside my hands during the tournament. Now, these are the technical terms of golf. This is up, this is down, this is in, and that's out. So if I'm keeping the club head outside my hands as I go back, so that would be this. And I'll be darned if I didn't win that tournament. $3,500. It was like 35 billion. I went, holy mackerel! I haven't played in 4 months, and now I win. I said, you've been trying way too long. Which that's my personality. I'm a hard trier. I overdo things. And for about a year and a half, I went on a tear, and I just played great. I was the player of the year in Minnesota. I qualified to play in the U.S. Open at Marion. I led the tournament for about an hour. I shot 68 the first round. And all I was thinking about, from a swing standpoint, was that same thing. Club head outside the hands. Instead of club head inside the hands, club head outside. Outside the hands. Yeah, those were good. And so then I lost it after that. But since then, I won the Illinois Open. The reason I'm telling you this stuff is because it's an illustration of why golf is and always will be a game of tips or sound bites. Okay, there's this enormous amount of information out there, and you can tell the people that come out to the range that are trying to use that information. Here's what they do: they go, they can't even take it back. It's called paralysis by analysis. So you have to condense all that information down to something simple, one swing thought. The Illinois Open, here's what I did. What I did. I shuffled my feet like Mark. I stole this from Mark Calcavecchia. Walking in place like that. And then hands and shoulders move at the same rate of rotation. So walking. So instead of having my hands go back faster than my shoulders, they all went back together like that. And I won the tournament. I set the course record the first round with this putter. I set 4 course records with this putter. You can buy this putter on eBay for $13. The shipping is more expensive than the putter. I won the Illinois Open with this putter. I won 2 Illinois PGA titles with this putter. I won 5 Illinois PGA match play titles with that putter. I pulled that putter out of my basement. I got a good putting here. Chicago Open, that was my biggest win. I won 30 grand and a Lincoln Navigator to use for a year. That the lease was worth $14,400, so $44,400 I was worth. And it was worth a lot more to me emotionally to win that tournament because I had worked in Chicago for 14 years as a head pro at a private club, and I lost my job. Just normal head pro stuff at private clubs. But it made me mad, And when I went back there in '99 and I won that tournament, it was like the same thing as getting kicked off the team. It's like, So before the Chicago Open, I'm reading Ben Hogan's lessons, 5 lessons. And I'm reading Sam Snead's book, okay? And Hogan said, turn the shoulders going back, turn the hips coming through, and hit inside and up on the ball, and only